At 75, Barbie Bento, the sexy muse who once dominated the 1970s, has broken her silence for the first time to tell the true story behind the spotlight. In a shocking revelation, she not only opens up about her famous and controversial relationship with Playboy boss, Hugh Hefner, but also shares frankly about the temptations, the daring roles she once firmly refused, and the hidden corners that have never been published. That journey is not just a confession, but a strong statement from a woman who was once admired by the whole world. Let's explore the surprising behind-the-scenes secrets in this special video. And if you find this story as fascinating as a 70s TV series, don't forget to like to cheer for Barbie, and subscribe so you don't miss the next secrets that even Hefner never told. Born in the heart of New York on January 28, 1950, Barbie Bento, then a young Barbara Klein, grew up in an educated Jewish family where everything was planned according to the norm: serious studies, stable work, safe living. Her father, Dr. Victor Klein, was a disciplined man who had served in the army. Her mother, Helen, was a meticulous accountant who believed in numbers rather than unrealistic dreams. Little did they know that their only daughter was nurturing something completely different. When the family moved to Sacramento, California, a land of freedom and temptation, Barbie began to change. Even while still in school, she made everyone turn their eyes with her beauty that mixed classic charm with provocative purity. At the age of 16, while her friends were still shyly preparing for prom, Barbie entered a world not for the faint-hearted: modeling. At first, it was just to earn extra income. But who could have guessed that from those seemingly harmless photo shoots, Barbie opened the door to a life full of glamour, and also mysteries that have never been revealed. In the late 1960s, the golden age of American glamour and rebellion, a face began to creep onto the small screen and quickly turned the heads of Hollywood: Barbie Bento. At the time, she was just a young student, studying, working part-time as a model, and taking a fitness class like any other girl. But fate chose her, and chose that fateful moment. In 1968, at the age of 18, Barbie landed a seemingly unknown extra role on the television show Playboy After Dark. No one expected that this brief appearance on set would become the turning point that would change her entire life. There, she met Hugh Hefner, the most powerful man in the media, the boss of the Playboy empire. Nearly 3 decades older than her, but Hefner's eyes at that time were not just ordinary admiration. In front of him was a girl with a strange beauty, both innocent and sharp, both sexy and not ostentatious. And Hefner knew, this was not just a woman, but the next icon of the era. From Barbara Lynn Klein, she became Barbie Bento. The name was personally chosen by Hefner, as a perfect media hit, reminiscent of the Barbie doll model that was making waves. But Barbie was not just a beautiful shadow. With unlimited support from Hefner, she quickly broke through, appearing on the cover of Playboy magazine, stepping onto the television stage, and gradually conquering the showbiz world. A new star was born, not from the spotlight, but from a fateful look. When Barbie Bento first started making headlines, many people thought she was just a Playboy beauty with a halo. But then Hee-Haw appeared, and all stereotypes were immediately turned upside down. In this hit musical comedy series, Barbie not only showed off her breathtaking beauty, but also revealed a talent that made the entertainment industry wary. She knew how to make the audience laugh, knew when to be seductive, and most of all, she knew how to stand on stage as if it was made for her. Hee-Haw was not just a television stage, it was where Barbie Bento escaped the shadow of a model, to become a full-fledged entertainment star. But she didn't stop there. With clear ambition and unbridled energy, Barbie continued to attack the small screen, appearing in hit American series such as The Love Boat, Fantasy Island, and Chips. Even though it was just a guest role, every time she appeared, she made viewers unable to take their eyes off her, partly because of her bright face that lit up the camera lens, and partly because of her inexplicable charm. Barbie Benton was no longer Hefner's girlfriend. No longer another Playboy face. She was a phenomenon, an entertainment icon who knew how to master the stage, television, and her own image in a powerful and breathtakingly attractive way. Although she conquered the small screen and entertainment stages with her irreplaceable beauty and charisma, Barbie Benton's most brilliant career mark came from an unexpected place: music, and more specifically, country music. In a bold move, almost contrary to the image of a sex symbol that the public had framed, Barbie decided to step into the world of country, a harsh genre that requires emotional depth and real voice. It was not the realm of glamorous covers or flashy stage lights, but a place where artists had to convince with their inner strength. And then, like a beautiful shock, Barbie Benton not only did it, but did it better than expected. Throughout the 1970s, she released 4 country albums, continuously making her mark in the competitive music industry. But the moment that made critics wary was when the hit Brass Buckles shot straight into the top 5 of the Billboard country charts at the end of 1975. She did what few believed possible: turned skepticism into admiration. And then in 1976, the peak of music exploded with Ain't That Just the Way. Not only was this song a hit in the US, it also shattered all expectations when it dominated the charts in Sweden for many weeks. It was no longer the success of a Playboy model trying her hand at singing, but the true victory of an artist who dared to step out of prejudice, stand firm on her own strength, and make the whole world listen. After nearly a decade of living in the spotlight, lavish parties, and power surrounding the Playboy mansion, where every secret had a price and every gaze had a target, Barbie Benton did the unexpected. She disappeared from the whirlpool of fame, in a strangely serene way. In 1976, she and Hugh Hefner, her lover, sponsor, and also the symbol of power of an entire era, ended the relationship that had consumed countless newspapers. But there were no tears, no scandals. Just a light farewell, like the last note of a love song that had come to an end. 3 years later, Benton stunned the entertainment world when she suddenly married George Grado, a real estate businessman who had nothing to do with Hollywood, no glamour, no stage. And perhaps, that was why he was the place she chose to stop. Amidst the powerful and complex men of showbiz, Grado emerged as a rare, humble, down-to-earth, and peaceful place for Benton to be herself. They stepped away from the spotlight. They chose Aspen, Colorado, where mountains and snow replaced flashbulbs and red carpets. There, Barbie Benton began a whole new chapter, a woman designing her own world. The house she lived in, which she had designed herself, was a work of art, modern, unconventional, filled with light and reflecting her eccentric yet aesthetic personality. And then in 1986, when her first daughter was born, Barbie not only retired from the entertainment industry, she retired with pride. It was not the end, but the proactive choice of a woman who had once dominated the spotlight, now choosing to master her own life. No longer living to be seen, but living to love, create, and return to what she most desired: peace. There are no more flashing lights, no more vibrant music on stage. But for Barbie Benton, the biggest stage of her life is now the cozy kitchen, the design table where she draws her dream living space, or quiet walks through the pine forest with her devoted husband. Occasionally, she still appears at a few lavish events, just enough for the public to whisper, "Barbie," but she has never let herself be pulled back into the flashy but cold showbiz machine. Barbie clearly understands the halo that once gave her everything, and also demanded almost everything. She chose to retreat, but did not disappear. She chose to live quietly, but not fade away. In a world where privacy is a valuable commodity, Barbie Benton makes that luxury a reality, living like an ordinary woman, loving family, loving freedom, and loving herself. For many, that silence is a loss. But for Barbie, it is the pinnacle of freedom. No one controls, no one defines, just a woman writing the script for her own life. And if you also find that journey admirable like an inspirational movie, please like and subscribe so you don't miss out on surprising stories, where the true light comes from within, not the spotlight.